about 36.
Move along now. It's Taco Tuesday.
Never meeting on that.
If I get everybody's attention, we're getting ready to go live, so we
Yeah, I don't.
on it here.
I don't know. Yep.
We're there.
Jerry, I did make a deal with,
We're live.
Cassidy.
We are
The next time you're going in there, it's gonna hurt. Oh.
Right.
I saw him at the dentist the other day.
Now I'm going to call to order this meeting of the Huntingburg Common Council. Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's pray. Dear Father God, thank you for those that are here today and our council. And we ask that we go in this meeting with the issues before us that they may act in the best interest of the citizens of our community. For these things, I ask in your son's name. Amen.
Amen.
Going to ask now approval of minutes from 3:10.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second the motion?
We have first, second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion carries. Approval of claims. 331.
Make a motion to approve the claims.
I'll second.
Got a first and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you, motion carries. Today, we gotta consider final adoption ordinance number 226-11. That's the Fernco Shield Guard connectors that we talked about at the last meeting. Some of you, I think we had three members, two members that were absent, so we didn't go ahead and present that, but I don't know if I know Steve, you were here.
I was here.
If you have any questions regarding that, these are really connectors that we're going to start requiring on any sewer repairs. They're flexible, they're sleeve that go around the connection. What we found was some of the rubber connections that when those connections move, one pipe moves, that those connections come loose eventually. This shield that goes around there will allow that to be covered. I think it adds about $35 to cost, and I think when a $7,000 sewer replacement, it's not that big of a deal. But anyway, this is requested by by Brad Coomer, our superintendent of the wastewater, based upon just some of the cameras and things that we've seen with these failing the connectors now. So
you need a motion to approve it?
Does anybody have any questions on it? It's basically just, it allows it maintains the alignment of the Fernco when the previous Ferncos, as the ground settles and they shift and causes misalignment and it causes clogs for the sewer department to deal with. So,
it's a hard sleeve that goes around.
yeah, it's just a double redundancy. It's not a lot of money, so.
You passed it on first reading at your last meeting. You can take it for final adoption this evening by vote and roll call.
I'll make a motion to adopt ordinance 2026-11, the sewer Fernco Shield Guard connection.
I'll second it.
Okay, we've got a first, second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Roll call.
Roll call, Kissling,
Aye.
Bounds,
Aye.
McFerrin.
Aye.
Bolte. Aye. Ware.
Aye.
5 ayes.
And next ordinance we have is ordinance amending the park pool fees that were established again this year.
Yeah, these were recommended by the park board, and all our fees are established by ordinance. So you can see there, they've increased some of the most of the fees have been increased based upon their revenue needs and the cost of operating the pool. These all relate to the pool operation. And I'm not sure what ordinance number that would be.
2026-12.
And we do have many people that do the 20 coupon, which brings it $4 fee a day, you know, to be able to go if you do the 20 at a time. And many
deal.
people do that. Very affordable. So I hear a motion to approve,
We need a motion to introduce a number.
introduce, thank you.
I move to introduce ordinance number 2026.
12. I'll second the motion.
All right, we got a first and a second to introduce. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
If you choose, you could suspend the rules tonight by unanimous consent and consider it at the same meeting in which it's introduced.
Make that motion.
I'll second.
Got a first and second to suspend the rules and introduce and approve this evening. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion carries.
And you may now entertain a motion to adopt.
Make a motion to adopt.
I'll second the motion.
Got a first and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Kissling,
Aye.
Bounds,
Aye.
McFerrin.
Aye.
Bolte,
Aye.
Ware.
Aye.
5 ayes.
All right, that will go ahead and bring up Energy Superintendent John Rudapola. He has what I think is good news with gas. so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, pardon me. Questions on the report? Start out with. Gas crews remain focused, is gonna be changing out gas meters, we just need about six this month. With the warmer weather now with us, be a good time to put the push on taking them meters out. Been going real good so far. This is what they're doing, working on. And before you, you have a resolution to sign up for another 7 years of the PIFA program. Here are the figures for the first 7 years that we signed up for back in 2015. That's a dollar amount that the discounts are passed on to the customers. You can see it's a fairly good amount for that 7-year period. So we're asking you to approve the resolution for another 7 years. It's gonna be like 21 more communities join this program. So the discounts hopefully will be a little bit more. So that number should increase.
This is a program we've been involved in since 2019. It is a program in which we contract with Public Energy Facilities Authority, PEFA. They are an Iowa municipal corporation. They go out into the market and pre-buy gas supply at a discount. And they issue bonds, revenue bonds to pay for that prepaid gas. And then they enter into contracts with municipals to purchase that gas. We are one of the almost 100 municipals that enter into contract to purchase that gas. PEFA then assigns or secures the bond payments with those contractual payments from the city of Huntingburg as well as 100 other communities. And as you can see, it's been worthwhile for the city of Huntingburg over the last 7 years. Every 6 years, it has to reset. They have to reset the discounts and go into the market, refund the bonds, go into the market and reset the discounts based upon the market value of gas at the time. I noticed the city of Jasper recently renewed their commitment as well for this program.
Yeah, this is a real good program. I remember going to the meetings in Illinois on these with John.
It came very handy in January and February of this year, by the way. We saw substantial savings versus other parts of the country.
Back down to 3 winter levels. In coming months, we'll see the lower rates.
Fine to me.
I think that's something too that's important for people to understand on their utility bill, that the money that is on there and then the adjustment for the gas rate is not to cover like people that haven't paid their gas bill. It's just the different costs that are the cost to the city, the gas fluctuates. And so then we have to then pass that on to the customers.
You can see by the amount, that it's fairly good program. I would recommend it for another 7 years. It's up to the council.
I'll make that motion to approve this for another 7 years.
I'll
We
second.
got a- Does it got a number?
Got a
Resolution.
number.
2026-13.
That was. Glenn?
Glenn introduced it?
I'll second it.
So we have first and a second to introduce 2026-13. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
It can, it's a resolution and it can be
So,
adopted, yeah.
Adopted it instantly. Good.
Question on the gas.
Thank you, John.
Moving on to the electric, we did get our load of couple iron poles in. We began by setting 2 of them out 231 between Oak Street and Maple Street. We got several more planned along there, but they get 2 of them changed out. We have a couple pictures there.
They're extra.
During the installation. We're all involved in. We've been spending the last couple of weeks on Poplar Ridge. The park. Big complex going in north of town, running conduit. Had to pour concrete for our splash boxes, to pull wire in, did the termination, change the pole out. The ductile iron pole. It's been quite a, took up a lot of time. I think we're ready to run it from the splash box to the buildings now, once they're ready. We want to have that completed by around the 1st of May. So, got a lot of work to do yet. So we're waiting on him now. You can see in the pictures. We had our windstorm Sunday ago. You can see in the pictures. Did a pole snap off. The only way to get to it with a field, plowed field, so
Uh-huh.
you can get the trucks in, but
Good good amount.
it's gonna take something to get them back out, so you can see that's how we have to get them out.
Big tractor.
I think that was, the Marine Farms with the tractor.
Nice.
Big boy.
Appreciate
Which
it.
they're
Thank you,
here
Mr.
today, so
Ray.
thank you.
Hit the bill yet.
You can bill all you want.
It'd be quite cheaper than a record. But we had to get them all back in farm, they worked all through the night. About 20 customers there.
Okay.
But that was the only way to get to it was through the field. If you have gas, you don't let up. Once you stop, you're stuck.
Where was this located?
South of Cars,
Oh, okay.
between Cars and Dennis office.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know where you're at.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's behind those duplexes.
Tracks.
Yeah.
Matt
Yeah,
down,
that's nice.
Cars just spun the mats
Yeah,
out, and
it's-
tried to
Kicked them out.
kick them out, and once they're kicked out, you're done. But
Mhm.
just left the truck there overnight. Or till got help. Any questions on the electric?
What is the transformer? Is that gonna be out by the highway or where does that go for the poplar? Is it out there?
Will be next to the buildings.
I'm saying that'll be next to the buildings, right? That splash box that's just, whatever you got there in the front, that's all that's gonna be there, right?
You got 2 splash boxes.
Yeah, but they're not putting anything else there. That's gonna,
Once they pour, they're gonna build a concrete pad that the transformers go on, so they got stuff up there, conduits. Once they get all that done, we'll pull wire we gotta run conduit to the buildings, then we'll pull the wire. Set the transformers and then terminate the ends.
okay. It's just,
Come along pretty good.
yeah, it's nice not to have that out by the road though.
Yeah.
First building out there will be, the goal is to be leased by May 1st. I think they have 70% of the units filled right now.
Most of the inside is all done, it's just putting siding on the outside. Get the parking lot ready.
Parking lot.
And then next year, they're gonna build 2 more big ones. Like 2 that are there now. We'll be all ready. I'm getting the main lines in right now. That's a big project.
He didn't get his new truck yet, did he? He didn't get your new truck yet, did he?
They sent us
Good truck.
yesterday, they sent us a call that it's built.
Oh, okay.
They're gonna send us 3D picture of it, and it goes to the paint shop. They said we should have it by the end of April.
Okay.
We'll see.
We'll see.
It's been 2 years and 10 months.
How much more time you need?
A couple more weeks ain't make a difference.
You got a price on it yet?
Not yet.
Figured it's gonna take 30 days to add up the total.
Yeah, probably.
Get it when we get it.
Yep.
You know, it's coming from South Dakota. So it may get invaded. A little bit. Any other questions?
Nope. Thank you, John.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
John.
John.
Next, Water Superintendent Jerry Austin.
Good afternoon.
Hey, Jerry. Jerry.
We'll jump into our distribution system. As months pass, we are continuing to work on our GIS system. We're currently in flushing season, so we're really focusing on our valves and fire hydrant placements and things like that. To get that updated, we continue to find things that are off with that. We found that when that data was collected initially, it didn't have the accuracy that we have today. So we're able to get those located a little better. Some of our water mains show that they're in the roadway and they're actually in the yards. Sometimes it plays tricks on you when you can't locate them and you start digging the road, find out they're 4 foot behind the curb. So it's a great system that we have, and we want to continue to build and work off of that system. From there, we had all the water employees attend the AWWA Water Conference in French Lick this past month. They go there to get continuing education hours for their water licenses. From there, we had a 2-inch saddle that had failed out at Pleasant View Drive. The failure was just due to old material. It's cast iron with a poly coating with zinc bolts. Not necessarily meant to be put in the ground, but that's what they used to make them with. So we're able to remove that, replace it with a all brass saddle. Should last the life of the service. From there, we did have a water main leak at near 415 North Van Buren Street. That one was a 360 break. So from there, we just see that with our ground shifting from our temperatures of the ground changing. And then from there, we've got some fire hydrants that we were waiting on parts from that are either turn hard or they just other little finicky issues there on Dogwood Court and 19th Street and 400. And then from there, we had a fire hydrant that we installed at Friendship Village due to a failure on it. Fire department contacted us on that one, and when we went out, we found that the fire hydrant and the valve in front of the fire hydrant was fully encapsulated in concrete. So much we couldn't pull it out of the ground. We had to weed it. So we actually had to shut that main down back at the roadway and install a new valve and a new hydrant at a different location. So from there, a couple other fire hydrant replacements here at Fifth and Walnut and one at Pleasant View Drive. Those were just due to one of them wasn't draining when you shut it off, so we had to continue to pump it out, and one was hard to turn. These hydrants are from the 70s, but they don't make parts for them anymore, so we're replacing them. The city has a standard on Mueller fire hydrants with source fittings, so anytime we have one of these that go bad, it's unfortunately a full replacement. But better for the fire department, better for the community. From there, we did have 3 lead service lines that we found this year that we did convert over to poly. So got them taken care of. We do have a couple more that we found on a block of Geiger Street that I'll probably be bringing to you in the next couple months for a approval for a full main replacement on that one. That water main is very choked up. We have to directional flow it, and when we don't have water flowing from both directions, it only runs at about 300 gallon a minute. That's how we can tell if that 6-inch water main is probably choked up to about a 3-inch water main. We've got enough of them on that street. It's the road's due to be paved anyways. It's better for us to replace that main now than to dig 10+ holes on it for service lines and then come back a year years later after it's been paid to replace the water main. And then, I do have our, high school kids. I've got two of them that are in the ICE program, and they're back to painting fire hydrants. We didn't quite get them all done this past summer, so since the weather's broke, they're doing those. They're gonna stick with us this summer. They do both graduate this year, so they're gonna carry out the summer with us, finishing up that fire hydrant painting program that we have. And, hopefully we'll get them all rounded up before they leave for college. From there, we go to the filter plant. Nothing real exciting there as far as normal operations. We did have a storm drain around the water plant that, had a hole in it, causing a sinkhole that we did repair. The 15-inch stormwater pipe with a 10-inch riser on it, that we had to cut out and replace. And then, the days it's not so great for painting hydrants, if it's too cold for the hydrants for the paint to stick, I've had our part-time help pressure washing the water plant, the buildings there, and, using a surface scrubber to clean sidewalks around the plant as well to keep it aesthetically pleasing. From there, our meter system's doing great. No issues there. We've got 2 more meters left to install. One of them is at Farbest, and, well, actually both of them are at Farbest, so we're just trying to, work through our flushing program right now, and as soon as that's over, we will schedule those for Farbest, and those will end up being a weekend job for us to work with their schedule. Other than that, that's all I have for our normal report. Do you have any questions?
And you have a change
Sure.
order?
I have a
sure
question.
do. Unfortunately.
I have a question. I was out of the county earlier today, and, I noticed that the, Patoka is flushing
Yes.
right now too. Does that affect us in any way when we're flushing and they're flushing, or?
Not really.
They're so big, it don't matter.
We do, well, they're large, but they are flushing our phase 5, lines. We need to purchase water from them. We have a phase 1, which is at Ferdinand, and
Yeah.
our phase 5, which is located there by the water plant. So they've been doing that on and off for the last week.
Okay.
They'll shut us down for about 3 hours a day. With our water tank storage that we have and the hours that we run the water plant, we have plenty of water. We've been flushing 8 hours a day as well. So.
So they always coordinate that.
But yes, yeah, there's always a lot of coordination with it. Anytime we do any work with Patoka, they're great to work with. They're gonna look at rebuilding that phase 5 pit. I met with them last week. That's something that, it doesn't pertain to us, it's their pit. It just.
It makes it
kinda
better
like a
for
neat
us.
bit For customer.
Yeah.
Yes, makes it a lot better for us. And you know, they did reach out. I did explain to them that we'll be flushing hydrants through this month. We've got these 2 filters that we're working on. But we'd like to be able to hold off until we get those back up and running. And they're more than happy to, work with us on that, so.
Good.
That won't start till we have these, filter 5s and 7 back online. From that, as the mayor stated, I was hoping to go through this whole project without a change order.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, that's not gonna happen.
It doesn't cost us
Uh,
anything though.
It is at no cost.
Good.
It unfortunately does hold up the project though. So following the completion of the Ovic line installation in filter 5 and 7, an inspection was conducted by Commonwealth Engineering, Kiefer Brothers, which is the general contractor. The subcontractor, ART, which is Advanced Rehabilitation Technologies, are the ones that installed that coating. We identified several issues in the liner that we thought were issues, that included thin areas, blisters, and pinholes is what it looked like to us within that system. We notified ART. They came down, that was on a Friday. They came down the following week. They actually brought a Ovic representative, which is the company that owns the material that they were spraying, since they're just the applicators. The Ovic representative came down with them to evaluate the conditions. It was acknowledged that the installation did not meet their expectations or quality standards. The issue that was observed appeared to be the result of improper application and insufficient quality control by the initial crew on the site. These conditions, in my opinion, don't represent that company at all, ART or Ovic. We did a lot of research on these companies when we started this project. They've done a lot of work with wastewater, with manholes. They've done work with Jasper with some stuff on their water side, as well as a lot of other places. They travel the whole United States. After meeting with them, we did, address the situation. They, did say that about 40% of it could have been salvaged. That was their recommendation, was to salvage what they could. After a long conversation, we, decided we were gonna have them remove the whole liner system, take it back down to bare concrete. Currently, they have one of those filters completely taken back down to bare concrete. You can't even tell there was a liner sprayed in it. We actually have it full of water today to hydro test it to make sure there's no leaks in that cell, from back where we were, from where we started, after we fixed the leaks. They did bring in a crew, they considered it their A team, to come in and remove this liner that was incorrectly put in by another crew and to install the liner a second time. Unfortunately, what this does is our completion date is supposed to be today, for the project. So this pushes our completion date back. So you do have in your packets a change order, for Kiefer Brothers. They would like to ask to revise the submittal completion date from today, which is March 31st, to May 31st, in order to give them adequate time to get in there and finish the installation after this liner's been redone. You know, it's unfortunate that it's happened to us. I'm sure it's happened to many other people. I'm just glad that we have the engineering firm that we have on hand, and we were able to work through this. It was a very pleasant discussion. There was no arguing. They came in, they looked at it, they agreed. They wanted to salvage 40% of it. We didn't feel that was satisfactory, and they said, okay. Brought a crew down, had a crew down in 2 days, and they started removing that filter cell, the first filter cell. So, as long as this one holds water, it's a 24-hour period. So in the morning, we'll check it again, see if the elevation's dropped. We are monitoring it with our SCADA system, so we can see it every minute of the hour. But tomorrow, if that one's good, they're going to drain that water out of that one, and they have a crew that will be lining that one while they're continuing to remove the other filter liner. They're probably 80% done with removing the other filter liner in filter 7. So some of it has really adhered. They're using SDS drills. They have like a jackhammer effect, the setting, and paddle bits. They're cutting this out in strips and running down it with that. And then once that's done, they have a pressure washer that produces 40,000 PSI water pressure. That what little bit of residual is left on the walls, they're cleaning it off with that.
Cut it in half.
So, it's
Hope it leaves a
it's
block
an
intact.
operation. I will say that this crew that they did bring in, the foreman on this crew was with them for the inspection. Every little thing that we were pointing out that we seen as an imperfection, he could explain why it was an imperfection. That, yeah, the first applicator did this instead of this. So makes us feel really good about this. So tonight I'm just asking for you guys to consider their completion date to be moved to May 31st. As the mayor stated, there is no cost to the city for this.
You will be asking for, authorize myself to sign the change order, and that also extends the final payment date to June 30th,
Correct, yes.
which was originally April 30th, so.
We'll
Will
get
there
to
be
keep our
any-
money.
2 more months.
Being additional construction inspection fees, because of the additional 60 days, will there be inspectors on site?
So OVIC they have covered all.
Oh, they're covering
that.
it,
Yes,
okay.
yep,
Nice.
yeah, this is their mistake.
What about our engineering costs? Will they increase or anything?
No extra cost.
Okay.
To the city.
And you think you'll still be, I mean, I guess we don't really have a choice, but you'll be okay before the peak season.
Oh, yeah,
Pizza.
yeah, no, and it's, we've ran the last year with what we have.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we used that anyway.
Yeah, they've been down for a while. I mean, we did extensive research on this. This is well, it was estimated at $1.2 million. It ended up coming in at just under $800,000. But it's a big project. We made sure we did a lot of research, brought a lot of companies in that handle this stuff. Worked with engineers for quite a while to make sure that this was the proper steps to take before we decommission these filters. And when this liner is a minute portion as far as the cost of the project, the cost is decommissioning, removing that under drain floor, that false floor that's in there, and then re-putting that in. So there was a lot of time that went into this. So we haven't had these filters online for going on 2 years now. So we are fine with it. And we do have the token for redundancy.
I'm glad they caught it. So
Yep,
that we're not,
absolutely.
Yep, definitely.
the same
Doing it
boat
again.
in 2 years.
Right, yeah.
Cool. We need
Need a motion.
a motion to approve, I'll make a motion to approve change order number 1.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion carries. Get that signed for you tomorrow, as you got a copy now. Okay.
And then, other than that, I do have a letter that I included in your guys' packet from Patoka Lake Regional Water and Sewer District. They have done a rate study and they did have a rate increase.
Mhm.
So with, our ordinances, that is a pass-through increase that'll automatically be applied to the bill of the customer there. I did speak with Amy, about that just a minute ago. I thought Tom was gonna be here today. As far as a percentage goes, working with Crone Associates, I did speak with Brandon today, and he's looking at that being about a 1.3% utility increase.
For the rate, the tracking factor.
For the rate tracking factor that's
Yeah.
being pushed through from Patoka.
No, Tom and I are on the call tomorrow. We'll have a conference call with Cron where they came up to verify that everything is correct, you know, in their estimation. Those numbers will go to the Utility Rate Advisory Board.
But that, this is Patoka,
I'm sorry.
but this is
We-
just Patoka, this is automatic.
Okay,
We have, like in the past, last time we got a Patoka water increase, we did speak about doing our own rate study at the same time. That way we don't have these large rate increases over time. So we have initiated that with Cronin Associates. They are working on that, looking at all of ours. You know, I expect to see kind of the same thing. Chemical costs are rising, material, parts that we have. You know, we have a 100-year-old infrastructure system that, as far as maintenance goes, for years has, I don't want to say didn't let go, but money's always tight for the water. We see it all the time. We're always so gracious for John to loan us money. But the last 5 years, we've really been trying hard to continue to update our system. We're putting in roughly 3,500 to 4,000 foot of water main a year. And our problem area is to help cut those costs. You know, a repair clamp is anywhere from $1,000 to $8,000. So where we can replace a block of water main, just the material alone, we can replace a block of water main for sometimes close to $10,000. We've got a few blocks out there. When we did Second Street, you guys approved that. We did Second Street, we dug up 26 repair clamps. We replaced that water main for 10 grand.
That's amazing. That's pretty good.
There's a lot of money out there in repairs. It's just spread out versus one lump sum.
yeah, there's a lot. I mean, we have a system that's over 100 years old.
We do,
and
yeah.
That's really,
I think everybody does.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
we
across
try to-
Indiana,
We try
across
to
the
keep our rates
Midwest.
low for the community. We understand it. We all pay water rates here too, and we understand the burden that it puts on to the community with the water rates. Unfortunately, we still have to keep up our system to get the water to them.
You do a good
So-
job at it, by the way. Thanks.
Well, I appreciate that. We are, you guys probably seen that invoice. We did pick up material. You guys approved the invoices for the water main replacement on Van Buren Street between 7th and 8th Street. We had that done last year. That way we could order that material. Reason being is we finally got it all in this week, or this past month. So the papers were in there for that. As soon as flushing's over, we will start replacing that water main there from 7th to 8th Street. It's a 10-inch water main. It's given us quite a few fits over the last 10 years, and it's time to get it out of the ground and get it replaced. We have multiple others that we have on a list. We just try to prioritize them the best we can with the failure rates on them and continue to move forward.
What was the location on that street?
Van Buren Street
Van
is
Buren.
7th and 8th.
Okay.
That's where they continually
Mhm.
dig up the sidewalk and
Yeah.
the
Yep,
curb.
And it gets expensive. We're actually gonna lay that water main behind the sidewalk in it's rock parking lot there that the city owns.
Right
where
away.
The training depot was built,
Okay, good deal.
the Spirit of Jasper training
That spot.
to keep from that. We did look at putting it back where it was, and it was gonna be an extra like $32,000 in cost for sidewalk and curbing to be put back. So we we're gonna kick out behind the sidewalk and
Thank you. Good job.
not a cure that cost.
Good deal.
Don't mess up our train station.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Phil, I don't, you didn't see anything different on that though, as far as the 1.3?
Well,
That's,
yeah,
where I
but that's
seen
not,
that at.
it's not an automatic pass through. It has to be, so they increased their water rates by 28 cents per thousand gallons.
correct.
But Patoka's only a part of our total water usage. So that has to, it
Portion.
has to be calculated as to how much of that 28 cents gets passed through
Right.
per thousand gallons. And Cronin Associates is in the process of doing those calculations
Right.
and rolling that into our current rates. And so I'll bring a rate ordinance to the council for introduction the next meeting. I have to go through a public hearing and subject to adoption probably in May.
We have to get a rate.
Rate advisory board will have to look at
Advisory
it
board.
also.
Let's go through the
Because we're
whole,
going to incorporate this into just a general rate increase.
let's
that's
go through the
needed.
whole gamut.
Yeah.
Did you say you left a hydrant, a dead hydrant in ground, or did you take?
I
it
know,
out?
we were able to remove the hydrant. We cut it off at the foot. We couldn't get it all out. We've seen that before where they've poured concrete kickers. They normally do it when there's a 45 or 90 in an area, but they normally wrap them in plastic first. That way you can remove that concrete and you can still reuse those fittings and things. Why they poured this much concrete in that location, I don't know, unless they had extra concrete from the job when they were doing it. You know, when we put in a fire hydrant, we block it with, there's solid blocks, so we have 2-inch, 4-inch, and 6-inch solid blocking, looks like a cinder block.
Yeah.
That we use, and that's all we set behind them. They don't need any more than that. We block them to solid ground, and that's more than sufficient to hold a fire hydrant in place.
You said it was like,
Go ahead. Just try to keep them from pulling out of the main.
Right, yep,
you said it's a 1970 model. How many more of those do we have?
a lot.
Oh, fun.
Figures.
And we have, you know, we try to space them out. A fire, like, just, you know, kind of perspective there, cheapest fire hydrants right around $4,000.
Nice.
They go up with buried depths on them. That's about a 3,000 or 3-foot fire hydrant. You know, we go anywhere from 3 foot to 6 foot in some areas. So we, when we flush, we find issues, we replace them right away. You know, we put them, they go to out of order status. If we don't have one, we order one. If we do have one, we get it replaced right away. But then we do keep lists of the ones that are hard to turn. I'm talking, you got 2 hands on it and you're granted to turn. The ones that don't drain, we keep an eye on. Those can cause big issues for our distribution system, especially in the wintertime. So we try to space those out as far as replacing those, because it is a cost. You know, we try to be mindful. The ones that are hard to turn, we will try to pull apart first and see if it's something that we can lubricate or things like that. A lot of times the brass stems that are in them, they get galded. There's nothing we can really do with them. We can have new thread stems made, but it's probably gonna cost at least half of the price of a new fire hydrant due to the fact that it's brass, solid brass.
Gotcha.
So
I want to
we,
commend Jerry too. I mean, with our ISO report that came out, we're still, you know, it was very well noted that the maintenance on the hydrants and fire protection equipment was at its, we got all the points for it.
but water missed out on all of our points by 1 point, like 3-4%. We
So
almost got a perfect score on the water side.
that's about as close as you can get to perfect. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
they
We are
did
pretty
very good.
excited about that. We do have a meeting, myself and my foreman, Josh Dowders, we have a meeting set up with Donnie Hine to go over that report
So
to see if we can't, pull that extra 1.5%.
we're looking
Next
for at least
go
7/10 of a
Yeah,
point.
7/10 of a point.
Yep,
I do
we're gonna
that.
try our best to get it.
Do you, I did notice they're doing a project in the park. And now they have totally changed the landscape, and you have a fire hydrant that looks to be about 7 feet out of the ground now. or something.
And we do, they had all the dirt work done. We got an elevation on where the parking lot's gonna be at, Friday, last week.
So you're aware
So
of this?
unfortunately, that is gonna be a very short fire hydrant.
Okay,
It's not even gonna be 3 feet tall.
okay.
So I had to order that, so we're, unfortunately, fire hydrants, we're probably looking at 4 months out on that.
Oh,
So
wow.
I don't know what the timeline is on the paving job, but
As soon as the plant opens.
yeah,
Need a
so
ladder to use.
we will, on that one, unfortunately, if the parking lot goes in first, we'll be digging the parking lot up to, replace that fire We were unfortunately not notified. I think that was a spur of the moment project. I don't think that's been, on the books.
I think
long.
I think it's been upgraded and upgraded over time.
Right.
So I just found that, I just happened to notice that because it was so obvious when you drove by, like, wow.
Yeah, yeah, so they do have a very depth on those fire hydrants, and it's roughly 2 inches below that bottom flange on the fire hydrant. That's designed for that, that way if the car hits it, it will break off.
Yeah.
And, instead of acting like a solid steel post and.
We're just gonna have to get taller firemen.
We have ladders on the truck, but
Just
they're hard to
step through.
use.
Other than that, that's all I have for tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
City Attorney Phil Schneider.
Back on December 23rd, the council adopted a resolution to initiate a change to the UDO, the text of the UDO. By that proposed change, it would change the classification and use of commercial solar energy facilities in ag and in public and institutional districts from a permitted use to a special exception use. The effect of being a special exception use is that every applicant for that type of use would have to file a petition before the Board of Zoning Appeals. A public hearing would have to be held, and affected property owners in the vicinity would have to be given notice, an opportunity for the public hearing. All persons could bring their concerns to the Board of Zoning Appeals. The Board of Zoning Appeals can only approve a special exception use if it makes findings on 6 factors, some of them being that the use would not be injurious to the public health and welfare, that the use would not damage or be injurious to neighboring property values, that it's compliant with the master plan of the city, that it's a use that is allowed in that district, and that it wouldn't have adverse effect on public roadways and public access. In addition to that, the Board of Zoning Appeals, in approving a special use exception, could also place other conditions, so long as they're not arbitrary, but they're reasonably related to the city's concerns. And so you initiated that by that resolution in December. It was referred to the Plan Commission as is required. In February, the Plan Commission undertook to investigate and to set up for a public hearing. They did determine that, based upon a more strict review of the UDO, that no amendment would be necessary for public and institutional districts because it's already a special use exception in public and institutional districts. It's only a permitted use in agriculture. And so the proposed amendment that was heard last night by the Plan Commission was to amend the UDO to make commercial solar facilities a special use exception in ag districts. That underwent a public hearing. There were a number of participants that were heard on that last night, and concluding after the hearing was concluded, the Plan Commission voted 5-0 with 1 abstention to recommend to the council that that amendment be adopted by ordinance by the council. And so tonight you have before you an ordinance that would adopt that amendment to the UDO. Since this is a zoning amendment, it doesn't require, it can be adopted on the evening it's introduced, on the meeting it's introduced. It doesn't require 2 or more readings. It doesn't require unanimous consent to adopt the same meeting. It just requires adoption.
It's 2026-13.
14.
Got any questions or anything?
It's just a statement. It was unanimously voted on to.
It was, with the exception of one abstention who felt that she had a somewhat of a conflict of interest given her employer's representation of solar industry.
I would agree.
So do I hear a motion to accept this? We have no other.
Make a motion to introduce and number ordinance 2026-14.
Actually,
I'll
introduce,
second.
number, and adopt.
Adopt.
All in one action.
All right. You did.
I
I'll
made the
second
mo-
All right, so we got a first and second to introduce and adopt. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Nope.
Roll call.
Kissling.
Aye.
Bounds.
Aye.
McFerrin.
Aye.
Bolte.
Aye.
Ware.
Aye.
5 ayes.
Motion
No nays.
ordinance passes. Thank you.
That's all I have.
Clerk treasurer, Amy will be here tonight in place of Tom.
So Tom presented a letter and a cover letter to an effects report for the Mid-States Border section. He wanted you guys to know that he received it. It showed that you guys received it, but it looked like some of the information, contact information might have been incorrect. So he wanted you to know that it was received, and if you want a copy, to let us know and we can get you a copy.
Looks like it went to 1101 North Van Buren Street.
It was a previous councilman from two
Yeah,
thousand
it goes-
fifteen.
Goes to,
Yeah.
I did contact them and got all the information
Goes to
updated
Linda
going
Summers.
forward.
Linda
Yeah.
Summers.
yeah.
She still get a lot of things.
She gets them all.
Yeah. Saw that too.
I think we asked them to change that and they didn't.
Mhm.
So. There's no action needed on that, just a report
Let
that
us
we
know if
have.
you need a copy.
I will take a copy, please.
Okay.
And just so there was a, meeting today. I think there was some people here in the room that were presented that report from Blockmuller Group too. It's the same report that you were in the meeting. I know Mr. Ring and a few other people were present for that today in Jasper. I zoomed in on it, so it's same thing, really.
So that report is available to the council members if they want it.
All right.
Come get it.
We have any other council items?
Well, that's on-
We have any citizen items?
That's
We
just
did a
the
copy,
cover.
but that's just the
That's just
cover
the
letter.
cover. It's on
Do we have some?
All right, then I'll take, okay, I'm sorry, Polly, I apologize.
Sorry.
Citizens
You
items.
snuck up on me there.
I'll be quick. Good evening. Hope you guys all have a good day. Just want to thank you for passing the ordinance. The quote that's coming up a lot is the community is reviewing the Crossbind project and projects like it for our community throughout the county, throughout the state. And now it's a provision is with the county here. So I just want to thank you guys for passing that ordinance tonight. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ollie. Any other items?
Motion
Okay,
to-
then
Motion to adjourn.
we have a first and a second, motion to adjourn. All those in favor?
Who did the second?
Me.
It's the usual.
Tim,
Come more
all those
often.
in favor?
Aye.
All, any opposed? Motion carries.
Aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you. It's 6:19 PM then. Thank you.
Tim wasn't quick enough to get first then.
I'll have to get me a new, I'm gonna have to get.
I think this was gonna be on
battery
that
or
big
computer or
Kissel.
something.